खाशेलपणा तुमच्या मुखार मांडटा. आयकर विधेयक 2025 हो नेम आणि कायदे संच आसा जो भारतात थेट कर वसूल, प्रशासन, वसुली आणि वसुली संबंधित तरतुदीचो आस्पाव करता. तातूंत 600 परस चड पानां पातळ्ळ्यात आणि तातूंत 536 विभाग, 23 प्रकरणां आणि 16 वेळपत्रकां आसात, जातूंत भारतांतले कराचे सगळे अंग आसात. स्पष्ट भाशेंत कराची तरतूद सोपी. आयकर विधेयक 2025 चो हेतू चड सोपो कर संहिता दिवपाचो आसा जो उणो गुंतागुंतीचो सहज समजून घेवपाक सारको आणि अर्थ लावपाक खूब सोपो आसा. कर दर उणे करून सवलत वाडली. वस्तू आणि सेवांची चड मागणी वाडोवपाच्या हेतान ह्या कायद्यात येणावळ कराची दर उणे करतात. हाका लागून करदात्यांच्या हातात पैसे वाडटात, जाका लागून चड बचत जाता. अस्पष्टताय काडून कायदेशीर वाद उणे केले. सुव्यवस्थित कर प्रशासन आणि कर पाळपा खातीर आधुनिक यंत्रणेचा वापर करून कायदेशीर वाद उणे करपाचो आणि चड सोपी निवारण पद्धत दिवपाचो ह्या विधेयकाचो हेत आसा. पालन करप खूब सोपें. अशा उण्यो जाल्ल्यान विधेयकांनी पालन करप सोपें आणि कार्यक्षम करपाचो हेतू आसा. हाका लागून चड कर दाखल करपाक प्रोत्साहन मेळटले आणि कर चोरप उणे जातले. आभासी डिजिटल मालमत्तेचा मान्यता. आभासी डिजिटल मालमत्तेची व्याख्या रुंद करून क्रिप्टोकरन्सी आणि हेर डिजिटल मालमत्तेचो आस्पाव केला. अशा मालमत्तेचो कर प्रक्रिया सोपी करपाचे लक्ष केंद्रित करून हे केला.
Chairman Taxation and Financial Services Committee GCCI, CA Vishwanath, Chairman WIRC ICI Goa Branch, Mr. Santosh Patil, President AGTPA, other members of the associations, my colleagues, chartered accountants, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure that we are in spirit conducting the session in Konkani as we had envisaged. For that, I really want to thank Rohan and his entire support for it. I am really inspired to learn Konkani maybe for the next time, but as of now I have to talk in English because of course my Konkani is not at all fluent, but I do understand bits and pieces of it. Today we are having this session to talk about a landmark development in India's fiscal framework, which is the introduction of new Income Tax Bill 2025 in the Lok Sabha on February 13th, 2025. The bill signifies a comprehensive overhaul of the old Income Tax Act 1961, aiming to modernize and simplify our taxation system to better align it with contemporary economic dynamics. The journey towards this significant reform commenced in July 2024 when our Finance Minister announced a time-bound comprehensive review of the existing Income Tax Act. The initiative was driven by recognition of the fact that the IT Act, as we see it today, had indeed become convoluted due to numerous amendments from time to time as and when the need had arisen. To address the issue, an internal committee was set up by the Central Board of Direct Taxes. Feedback and inputs from various stakeholders were taken, and more than 6,500 suggestions were received by the committee from public and various other stakeholders, and same were incorporated. And I'm sure even from Goa, the inputs would have gone, especially Goa specific sections that are there, Section 5A and things like that. So we had also written to the to CBDT about this issue that we often face with Section 5A, and I think they have incorporated some of our suggestions. So the primary objectives of revisiting the existing Income Tax Act were, to summarize, three. One is simplification of language and structure. So by eliminating obsolete provisions and adopting clearer terminology, we've tried to make the law more accessible to taxpayers and to professionals. The other objective has been reduction of litigation. A clearer and more concise tax code is anticipated to minimize ambiguities in the law and to avoid and to minimize legal disputes. To give a more predictable tax environment, to give a more certain tax environment. The way Mr. Santosh Patil had pointed out. So, and third, enhancement of compliance. So streamlined procedures are being introduced, and there is introduction of digital compliance mechanisms aiming to reduce the administrative burden on taxpayers and also to encourage voluntary compliance. Some of the key aspects of the new income tax bill 2025 are a comprehensive restructuring, wherein the bill it comprises now of 536 sections vis-a-vis the earlier 800 odd sections, and now there are 16 schedules and 23 chapters. So we've significantly tried to condense the Act into 622 pages. This reorganization seeks to provide a coherent and user-friendly structure. B, there has been an introduction of the tax year concept, which does away with the earlier used terms like previous year and the assessment years, which led to a lot of confusion in the past with taxpayers especially. So now we have a unified tax year, which is a 12-month period commencing on April 1, and we'll have the same tax year for assessments as well as for tax rates. So this will also reduce complexities in administering tax laws. Then there is digital compliance and monitoring. So the bill is emphasizing on modernization of our tax system. It strengthens provisions for digital tax monitoring and faceless assessments to enhance transparency and reduce tax evasion. This also reflects a shift towards technology-driven modern tax administration, which is a very welcome move from the department. We are moving from paper-based processes to more technology-driven processes. Further, we've also streamlined exemptions and deductions. The new bill reorganizes exemptions and deductions, providing a more structured approach that reduces ambiguity and potential for disputes. So overall, the objective is to enhance clarity for the taxpayers and to reduce litigation so that we gradually transform to a modern tax system. But the transition definitely poses a lot of challenges. Therefore, in view of that, we are having such outreach programs. So to begin with today, we just want to give you an overview of what we are trying to do in the new income tax bill. My colleagues Mukul and Neeta madam will also take you through of what is being proposed in terms of the overall structure of the bill. And we also aim to later have more section-specific sessions so that we can have detailed discussions on what kind of changes are being proposed and what is the feedback from your side, right? And yes, we have taken a very new initiative by trying and have a dialogue in Konkani as well. So on our request, we had Neeta Mangeshkar madam who knows Konkani, she says, but not so well, but she still agreed to come and at least give a very quick introduction to address our Konkani speaking population here as well.
Mangeshkar, Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, Mr. Mukul from the Income Tax Department, Chairman of Goa ICI, C. Vishwanath Bhobe, Secretary, C. Vaibhav Bade, Mr. Santosh Patil, President of All Goa Taxpayers Association, Director of GCCI, Mr. Kiran Baikar, past chairpersons, Mr. Viren Prabhudesai, Madam Sushma Nandparkar, members of the new Managing Committee of ICI, Mr. Akshay Murgavkar, Mr. Venkatesh Chennai, Chartered Accountants, members of the GCCI. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome all of you for today's very unique session on the new Income Tax Bill 2025. There was a mandate from the government that there will be a simplification of the Income Tax Act. It's been more than 63 years where there have been a lot of amendments over various finance acts, and we're very happy to see that the government has taken the initiative of simplifying this Income Tax Act by consolidating many of the provisions, by making it more simpler through having a lot of tables, having a lot of formulae, and also reducing a lot of the text in that Income Tax Act. This is a great opportunity for all of us to unlearn and relearn the simplified provisions, as well as and this also helps the taxpayers in a very large way, where the things become much more simpler for them and much more easier for them to read. Really hope that the new income tax bill will help to reduce these kind of litigations and will help to make compliances easier. The income tax department has organized today's program, and they have been taking a lot of initiatives. And we really thank you, ma'am, for taking this initiative here in Goa for an outreach as far as the income tax bill is concerned. And we really look forward to your session. This is a very unique session today. It will be delivered in English as well as in Konkani. So we're really looking forward for an overview of today's income tax bill, and we really hope that we will be able to get a more kind of insight, a deeper insight into it. And since this is already at the bill stage, we also request our members, in case they find any kind of a matter which needs to be represented to the government, please do inform us. We'll be happy to take it up. Our partners today in hosting the Goa ICI, congratulate the new team of Goa ICI, which has taken over, which is being led by CA Surendrababu. I'm very happy to know that this is one of the first programs which is happening under the leadership of CA Surendrababu. We really look forward for many more collaborations with you. We also have with us Mr. Santosh Patil, who is the chairman of the All Goa Taxpayers Association, again who's been a great support to our organization. And आज आमचो प्रोग्राम कोंकणीनी आसा. आमी पळयतात की प्राप्तिकर 2025 आता येता, जो खूप सरळ जावपाक आसा, आणि आमी आज आमी पळयतले की तातूंत आमकां कितलो सरळ आसा, आमकां हातूंत कितें आमकां सूट मेळटा तें आमकां आज सारकें कळपाक आसा. खूप बरें दिसलें आज कोंकणीन उलोवपाक. युजली आमकां कोंकणीन उलोवपाक असो केन्नाच अवसर मेळना स्टेजीचेर, पण म्हाका खूप खुशी जाता की आज आमी हो प्रोग्राम केला. हांव तुमचो सगळ्यांचो स्वागत करता आणि सगळ्यांक देव बरें करूं म्हणटा.
सगळ्यांक माय मोगाचो येवकार. रिस्पेक्टेड विजिला मॅडम, एडिशनल डायरेक्टर ऑफ इनकम टॅक्स इन्व्हेस्टिगेशन, नीता मंगेशकर मैडम, असिस्टेंट कमिश्नर ऑफ इनकम टैक्स, श्री मुकुल दुआजी, इनकम टैक्स ऑफिसर, CA Rohan Bhandare, treasurer and the chairman of the finance and taxation committee of GCCI, Shri Santosh Patil, president of All Goa Tax Practitioners Association, Shri Kiran Badekar, director of GCCI, my colleagues in the managing committee, past chairperson of Goa branch, Surendrababu Desai, madam. It is an absolute honor for us to host this outreach program for the income tax department along with GCCI and All Goa Tax Practitioners Association. I think this is the second consecutive program that we are hosting together. Last we had one on declaration of foreign assets by resident individuals in the month of November, if I am not wrong. So within the span of 3 to 4 months, this is the second program that we are hosting together. This also happens to be my first program as the chairperson of Goa branch of ICAI. Let me first compliment the income tax department in bringing out this new income tax bill. In the last budget of 2024, Finance Minister had made her intentions clear of bringing out a bill which is much more simpler than the current one. The current Income Tax Act was running into almost 47 chapters and 819 sections, and it had become very bulky. Some of the sections were redundant, and there was a need to redraft or remove the clutter from this 64-year-old act. And in line with that, the Income Tax Department, I believe, had acted very swiftly, and within a period of 1 year, they have come out with the new income tax bill. Second point to be noted and appreciated is the new income tax bill was introduced in the Parliament on 13th of February, and today is 20th of February. So within just 7 days, the Income Tax Department has been conducting this outreach program, which is very commendable. I congratulate them for this. Also, if you happen to follow their Instagram account or Twitter account over the last few days, they have been coming out with various slides showing the differences between the new and the old one, act and the new bill, and also giving head-wise detailed analysis of various provisions in the new income tax bill. By and large, I thank Madam and the Income Tax Department for keeping the structure, the content of the income tax bill same as the previous one, but highly improving on the structure part of it, removing the explanations and bringing them into subsections, then adding much more, then tables have been increased from 18 to 57, so a lot of clutter have been removed and entire thing have been realigned as far as the subjects are concerned. So Income Tax Department have been very proactive in gathering the feedback as well as educating. Apart from our roles of being the compliers of law and Income Tax Department on their side doing assessment of the income tax payers, more than that, it is our role to be the educators for the assessees. And I believe the Income Tax Department have started in right earnest in doing that role. Let me also tell Madam Uniyal that we at ICI have also have been holding seminars on various income tax changes that have taken place, and we already had one on the new Income Tax Act on the bill by none other than CA Dr. Girish Ahuja, who is regarded as the tax guru. We had the privilege of hosting him on the discussion on the finance bill, where he also taught us or briefed us about the new income tax bill as well. So it is time for all of us rather to focus, to go through the new income tax bill, pass on our feedback to the Income Tax Department, and they have been very proactive, and I believe they will take all our considerations very seriously. It's time that we focus and realign our knowledge and relearn the new income tax bill. I compliment once again the Income Tax Department for their outreach program today and pledge our support at ICAI Goa branch that will continue to host and educate our members in propagating the new income tax bill. Thank you so much.